Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at G-Stone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. It comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, Service Manager at G-Stone Motors.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome in, race fans, here to the dirt track at Charlotte, here with live racing action of the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series. We're back here, race fans, back behind the mic, bringing you the live racing action. We first off have to apologize to all the racing fans out there. Well, pulling those double shifts kind of get you a little tired, and the alarm didn't go off, and, well, unfortunately we missed last week's race. I didn't get to watch it, but I heard it was a barn burner. Anthony Roselli was able to pick up the win last week at the Lernerville Speedway as he goes back-to-back. He picked up Volusia, went to Lernerville, picked that win up, but can he do it here tonight? This is round number 8. Last time we were here, it was back in round number 3 where Dean Reynolds was able to find victory lane for the first time. Well, this season, can he do it? We don't know because there's plenty of drivers littered through the field. Looking at the points championship coming into the night, it is Samuel Bachman out front of the championship standings by 20 points over Scotty Riome. Scott Riome has a 6-point lead over Dean Reynolds, who's got a 20-point lead over Brewer, and Anthony Roselli is sitting back there 30 points back into the 5th position. So the top 5 all separated by 56 actual points between all of them. That's the point standings coming into round number 8. Then there is the Super Dirt Cars Passing Points Championship. Logan Wentz is the driver that has the most passing points in our heat races. He has 18 passes, equaling out to 18 points. Sam Bachman has 15 passes, 15 points, and then it's a log jam there for that 3rd position. Christian, Green, Reynolds, all right there with Lavere and Roselli. We're taking a look back at those at the end of tonight's event here from the dirt track at Charlotte, because those heat races, as you see the cars starting to populate, they're down there, they're getting ready to go. Let's get those lineups to you. First heat race of the evening will roll off like this. 8 drivers, 8 laps. Starting on the front row here tonight, the Yellow Submarine, number 27, that'll be Sean Green. To the outside of him, it's car number 39B, that'll be the Mike Brewer entry here tonight. And how about Cody Harris in car number 20? He'll start back into the 3rd spot. Lackey in car number 91, that is Chad Lackey in car number 91. He'll make his debut here tonight, that we've seen anyway. He'll start P number 4. And how about the MV entry? The 213, the Vitale entry. Michael Vitale in car number 213. He'll start from the 5th spot. Luke Haynes there in car number 17 will start into the 6th spot. And then it's Butterfield. Jason Butterfield of the Venom Racing Stables number 93. He'll start 7th with Andrew Hansley back there in car number 126. He'll start shotgun to the field. That's 8 cars getting ready for 8 laps of racing. There you see them all out there onto the speedway. Here we come. It'll be the number 27 of Sean Green out of turn number 4, getting ready to light the hammer here tonight. Green flag up. Here we go. Three wide down the back straight away. That is the number 213 entry. Vitale down to the bottom side, trying to make a pass on Cody Harris. And with the number 17 there of Luke to the outside. Lap number 1 going to go to the 39B of Mike Brewer. Brewer out there, showing why he's one of the top drivers in the points championship standings. Early to the lead, he'll wrap the bottom side of the speedway. There is Vitale still down to the bottom, trying to get around Lackey. Lackey in that number 91. One car losing a little power there, I believe. We'll see if we get it green. Right now, we're going to stay green, as it does look like Michael Vitale was the driver that had the equipment failure there. Looks like he'll be able to scatter down to the infield. We're staying green, so Brewer still leading with 5 laps to go. It's Brewer, Green, Lackey, Harris, and there's the 93, Jason Butterfield. He is the driver that is currently sitting in the transfer spot, taking the top 5 out of all of our heat races here tonight. Hansley a little bit back. There you see him in the famous All Fab number 126 entry. Just outside the transfer spot. We'll see if he can gather it back in. Battle, though, for the second position with just 3 laps remaining. 3 laps remaining, and it is Green and Lackey who are battling. Lackey down to the bottom side. There you see him in the 91 entry, the Yellow Submarine, number 27 of Sean Green with the popsicle sticks flying. It'll be just 2 more times around. Brewer trying to go wire to wire, trying to see if he can pick up the white silk here before anybody else would get to him. Nice battle, though. Still Lackey down to the bottom side. White silk into the air to be 1 more time around this speedway. It's Brewer, Green, Lackey, Harris, and Butterfield is how they are all going to run down into turn number 3. At the line, it'll be Brewer, Green, Lackey, Harris, Butterfield is how they're going to come across. Hansley and Haynes will all have to go to a last chance qualifier here tonight. So Mike Brewer picking up heat race number 1 win here tonight. Go to heat race number 1. What is that in store for us for the next one? Well, they're coming to grid. Another heat race coming to the lineup looking like this. Taking the pole here in heat race number 2 to be the number 23. That'll be Joey Lattisaur. Joey Lattisaur, car number 23, will start P number 1. To the outside of him, the driver that goes to more hockey games in a week than I have been in my entire life. It'll be car number 79. That'll be Dean Reynolds. There is Scotty Doesn't Know Riome in car number 4. He'll roll from P number 3. And how about the driver out of Pennsylvania driving the 2K entry, Harold Klump in the K, or the 2K. Back into P number 5 out of the Thunder Ridge Racing number 28. That'll be Jeff Sharp. He'll roll from the 5th starting spot. How about Mr. Wheeler driving car number 11 here tonight? That'll be Kelly Wheeler. And the Venom Racing number 9. That'll be Brian Lawson. The Law starting back there into P number 7. 7 drivers, 8 laps, top 5 to qualify. Joey Lattisaur going to bring us down right here. Big shout out to Justin Young out there. I saw that come in, I thought. Hey, we're here, my man, as the green flag is back into the air. We, again, apologize for missing last week. Old boss man said worked some doubles. Mr. Radiator, number 23, though, Lattisaur trying to lead the lap. Not gonna happen. It'll be Mr. Reynolds. Reynolds leading lap number 1 here in heat race number 2. Look at the number 2 to the outside. Harold trying to bring that big, bright, and bald number 2 on the top side of the speedway. Reynolds was able to pick up the win last time we were here in feature racing competition. He's picking up right where he left off, and look at Scotty. Scotty's trying to take the outside work here. He'll get right back on the back bars and doesn't lift, so he'll try to extend that groove way out there, and it did not work. Here comes Wheeler. Here comes Joey Lattisaur. Working back on the bottom will be 3 wide for the 3rd, 4th, 5th position on the speedway. They were 3 wide. Now Scotty going to go to the bottom side, see if he can get around Harold, who's working the outside of the speedway. Reynolds is saying, hey, I don't care what you guys do. You're all behind me. Harold, though, that time down to the turns 1 and 2, got a great run. He'll close the deficit on Reynolds. Coming to get 3 to go. Look at Scott now. He's got cleared again of the number 11 there of Wheeler, who is just ahead of Lattisaur. Lattisaur in car number 23 is currently holding the transfer spot. Just behind him, though, Sharp and Lawson. They're not going anywhere. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go, and it's still anybody's ball game to pick up the win. As you see the Full Throttle Motorsports number 79 of Dean Reynolds getting those grip hacks out there. You'll see the white silk. It'll be one more time around. If Lattisaur wants to hold on to it, he'll have to find the loud pedal. Lawson that time, though, slipped out of turn number 4. Final time down the back straightaway for them. Picking up the wins, it'll be the driver out of Syracuse, New York. Dean Reynolds will pick it up. And then it will be Scotty Riom, Klump, Wheeler, and Lattisaur all coming across the line. Lawson and Sharp will have to go to that dreaded last chance qualifier. So that tells me one more heat race, I believe, if I can count these correctly. This is the lineup for heat race number 3 here tonight. Starting on the pole of heat race number 3 to be the number 51. That'll be Clay Christopherson. Then to the outside to be the 04 entry, Brandon Guerin. He'll start P2. Head out the driver out of Pennsylvania, driving the number 7 here tonight. Last week's winner, that'll be Anthony Roselli. And the points championship leader coming in, the 007 of Bachman. That's the 007 of Sam Bachman. Will start P number 4. Back into the 5th starting spot, it'll be the number 99. That'll be Glenn Sharp. Then how about the man who just redid his whole sim setup just so he can stream a little bit better and play race car games? That'll be Shane Billings, the driver out of Canada, driving car number 17. Then, well, it's one of the famous drivers, I guess you want to say. That's what the chat's telling me. That'll be Ty Dickinson. Dickinson in car number 67 will roll from P number 7 here tonight. 7 cars, 5 to qualify. We're ready to go. Green flag into the air for the final trip for the heat races here tonight. Out of turn 2, though, it'll be the 51 of Christopherson. Here comes Roselli. He'll throw the Van Sickle Electric way down there, and you can see he shoved the nose. He'll go from the lead all the way back to 4th in one corner set. So it'll be Christopherson out front. Look at the 007 of Bachman. He'll slide to the top side. He'll box that number 4 in. Grand trying to get around to the outside now. Here comes that Van Sickle Electric number 7 Roselli again. Gets a great run down the back straightaway, goes right down to the bottom, and the nose shoves on that number 7. Everybody trying to go choo-choo train around the outside right now. Only 2 drivers working the bottom side. Your race leader, Clay Christopherson, and the number 7 of Anthony Roselli. Looks like the outside's coming in because here comes Bachman with just 5 laps to go. Bachman trying to take the race lead. Full Throttle Motorsports red line number 007. Now Anthony Roselli's going to get up to the top side of the speedway. He's going to take that spot from Ty Dickinson. Dickinson going to go to the bottom side in car number 67. See if he can make it work. Everybody else has migrated to the top. Here comes a slider from the 67. Not going to be able to get there. He sees that. He cuts it off. 3 to go. Bachman now the race leader over Clay Christopherson. Another driver going to the bottom side of the speedway. That'll be the number 17. That is Shane Billings. Billings now going to get the grindstone blinds back to the outside lane. Here comes Roselli. Now Roselli going to try and work the bottom side of the speedway once again. It'll be the old popsicle sticks. 2 to go. 6 in, 2 to go. Lock in now. That's inside the top 5. Where do you go? White silk this time. Bachman's going to see it. Clay Christian still working the bottom side of the speedway. I don't see him moving off that bottom side. Final time down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. At the line, give it to Sam Bachman. It'll be Sam Bachman, Christopherson, Grand, Billings, Roselli is how they come across. Dickinson and Sharp all going to have to go. You know it. Last chance qualifier shopping. But we won't have to do that here tonight. That's right, race fans. 23 drivers have logged in here to the dirt track at Charlotte. So we will take all drivers into tonight's feature event. We will skip over that last chance qualifier. We're going to give these drivers about 5 minutes here to work the track in for a warm-up session before we go 35 laps of feature racing competition here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. So what do you say we take a quick step away, wet the old whistle? We'll be right back here with more G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series brought to us by the 802 iRacing League.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
At G-Stone Motors, our customers know the value of hard work. So we work hard to find them the right vehicle.
Journey waiting to start. Imagine us going far. Oh, and we'll go farther than we've been ever before.
G-Stone Motors, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the dirt track at Charlotte here tonight, getting ready for our 35-lap feature event here tonight for the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series. Race fans, the real racing season is upon us, so we're getting ready. Well, How is that possible? There's snow outside. Well, let me tell you, that's because in a couple of weeks, some of these drivers that you see out here tonight are going to be headed to Florida. All sorts of, well, racing events headed down or starting down in Florida, or are going to be heading down to Florida, I should say. But there's one vehicle, one place that you can go that'll keep you on the road headed to Florida and getting your tow rig there. That is, well, our friends over at G-Stow Motors. You need to go there right now, order your special Ford, because the family over at G-Stow Motors would love to see you at the races. So you order a G-Stow Motors Ford, you go to the races, you see them at the racetrack. That's the only place you need to go, race fans, other than going to the races. We got to thank everybody over at G-Stow Motors for their continued support here with the 802 iRacing series. They support us, so you race fans out there can watch some of your racing friends and family race here on a Tuesday night. But it's time to light the fire. Your feature lineup coming to us looking like this. He'll take another pole award here tonight. That'll be the number 39B of Mike Brewer in that Kubota entry. He'll start P1. To the outside of him, it'll be the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 of Dean Reynolds. He'll roll from P number 2. Sam Bachman, the 007 entry, will go from P number 3 here tonight, while Sean Green in the Yellow Submarine will go from the 4th starting spot. The old Scotty doesn't know Rayome, car number 4, will roll from the 5th spot, while Clay Christopherson in car number 51 will start 6th. Chad Lackey in car number 91, hailing from north of the border here tonight, will roll from the 7th starting spot, while it's the number 2K entry out of Pennsylvania. That'll be Harold Klump. Back into the 9th spot here tonight, having his best starting position of the season in a feature race. That'll be Brandon Grand. Starting back into the 10th spot, how about the youngster of Cody Harris? He'll start into the 10th spot, while Kelly Wheeler, piloting the number 11, goes from the 11th starting spot. Shane Billings, the, well, race car driver, the streamer, he's just a little bit of everything. The jack of all trades driver will start back into the 12th spot. And how about the driver starting 13th? That'll be the Venom Racing number 93 of Jason Butterfield. Joey Lattisaur, car number 23. The KJD2 Motorsports entry will roll from the 14th starting spot. Anthony Roselli going to have to come from deep in this one. It'll be starting position number 15 here tonight for him. And rolling from the 16th starting spot, the number 126. That'll be Andrew Hansley. He'll start 16th. 17th to go to the Venom driver. That'll be Brian Lawson in car number 9. 18th then tonight to be the number 67 of Ty Dickinson. And how about Haynes? That's going to be number 17 of Luke Haynes. He'll start 19th. 20th starting spot tonight. That'll be the driver out of the Thunder Ridge Racing entry, car number 28 of Jeff Sharp. 21st will go to the 99 of Glenn Sharp. And then it'll be, well, Michael Vitale rounding out the field. That's our 22-car field, 35-lap feature, starting this time out of turn number 4. Green flag into the air. Brewer and Reynolds will do the jig and jive down into turn number 1. Brewer comes out smelling like a rose that time. Down the back straightaway into 3 we come. Complete lap number 1 as they're 3 wide back there for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position. It'll be Green back there. He was 3 wide. He'll use the middle. He'll slide to the top. Still 3 wide. That's Christopherson and Lackey down to the bottom side. Lackey rolling the bottom side. Christopherson in the middle in that mellow yellow classic number 51 throwback. It's the Full Throttle Motorsports on the side of it, though. Looking like his real car. Couple drivers back there pinballing off each other. That was the number 17 of Shane Billings. Billings and the number 93. That was Jason Butterfield. That were making a little contact back there. That's the 20 of Cody Harris trying to use all the racetrack up into the outside wall. He kept it going into the right direction, trying to get back into the top 10. Started 10th, has lost a spot, and that's to the inside of him. That is Kelly Wheeler in the number 11 entry. Nothing has changed out front. You're still watching some of the best battles on the speedway. 3 wide, a little bit farther up, though. That is the 91 of Lackey in the middle. Clump to the outside, and Christopherson to the inside. They're settled that 3 wide battle, though. Harold got a great run in that number 2 entry. He takes the spot. He's +2 so far here tonight in the feature. 5 laps in. Still 30 laps remaining here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. Anywhere you want to look, there's a battle here going on. even out front. That battle is getting closer and closer. There's the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Remember, he picked up the feature win last time we were here at the dirt track at Charlotte, and he is breathing down the back end of that number 39B of Brewer. Brewer trying to get the Kubota unhitched from the trailer and get away from Mr. Reynolds. So they're 1 and 2. One driver down to the inside. They're way low that time on the exit of turn number 4. That was the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Look how low he's going. 3 wide. Brandon trying to shove it up the middle there like a running back. Made a little contact, and he had to go back to the outside there. Checked it up, back to the outside for the number 4 of Brandon Graham. 10 laps in one car. Sideways, that is the 93. Jason Butterfield was sideways there as he battled with the Van Sickle Electric, number 7 of Anthony Roselli, in the number 67. That is Ty Dickinson. Dickinson on the move here. He is +5. He has picked up the most spots here tonight in our feature competition action. +5 for the driver of car 67. Long way to go and just 24 laps remaining. Two drivers that have picked up the most spots. That's Dickinson, who's picked up 5 spots, and Sharp back here. He's also been able to pick up 4 spots himself. Two of the drivers that didn't have the best of heat races for themselves, having to start deep tonight in tonight's 35-lap feature event. Out front still is Brewer. It's still Reynolds, but now add the Bachman. Sam Bachman, your points championship leader, running the top shelf here tonight. Hanging with the top 2. Then you got Scotty Riome back here trying to figure it out. Slider line for himself. Who said Scotty doesn't know? Scott right now holding on to that 4th spot, and then Sean Green. He's sitting into the 5th spot, but he's got Harold working down low. Saw the inside lane not very dominant at all in our heat races here tonight. We should see that inside lane, though, before tonight's feature is over. Start to migrate back down low. Uh-oh, here's a scruffle. Couple cars making contact. One car going to go around. One car going around. We'll see if he gets it going. He will not. The caution flag will fly here with just 19 laps remaining. 19 laps remaining. Joey Lattisaur down to the infield. Michael Vitale, the other driver that was backwards up against the outside retaining wall. So those two definitely went around, but there was more cars involved. I believe that was the 93 of Jason Butterfield also involved. Maybe Glenn Sharp also getting a little piece of that. Let's watch it back and find out from the Super Dirt Car Series replay here tonight. Going to happen just out in front here. Oh, that's the 28. 28 got a little sideways there. That was Jeff Sharp. Right on board. Riding on board with Michael Vitale. See everybody checked up on the outside lane and just hops a wheel. So Lattisaur along with Michael Vitale, both able to carry on here. It looks like one driver did come down, get his car cleared. I believe that was Butterfield. So Butterfield will start shotgun to the field. Looks like we're going to double them back up here. Ready to go back racing here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. It'll be 19 laps remaining when we get that green flag out of turn number 4. It'll be the number 39B of Mike Brewer and Dean Reynolds to the outside of him. That'll be 7 of Bachman and the 4 of Riome. That's the first 4 starters here. It'll be 19 to go. Green flag back into the air. Everybody chasing Brewer down into 1. Brewer going to go middle to top. Look at Scotty Riome trying to shotgun that one off the top side. And look at Bachman. Bachman had a great run that time, but not going to be able to complete that pass with a race lead. 1 lap back to green, and it's Brewer, Bachman, Reynolds at the line. Almost a little contact there. Reynolds almost looks like came off that cushion there coming down the back straightaway, almost into that number 7. Everybody A-OK. One driver down to the bottom side of the speedway. That's the Full Throttle Motorsports number 51, Clay Christopherson. One driver in the middle. That is Chad Lackey. 3 wide for a moment. Still 3 wide. Brewer made a mistake. Missed it. Focused on that back section there. Brewer now trying to work his way back through the field. Being told he went to the bottom. Reynolds snookered him. Got around him. So Reynolds now the race leader with just 15 laps to go. It's Reynolds, Bachman, Brewer, Riome, and Christopherson. As how they're all choo-choo trading around the top side of the speedway. Brewer trying to go a little bit lower, lane lower. I'm being told, here's your replay real quick. Watch the 39B. Little contact there off the front nose piece of that number 79. And that's what got him the race lead. Reynolds is going to go to the bottom here. Got to be careful because Bachman had a full head of steam, and he will. He'll pull even down the back straightaway. Slider coming here for the number 7. Bachman going to go to the race lead now. Reynolds in second. Looked like Brewer was going to be able to follow through, just wasn't quite able to. Now he'll pull onto the back deck screws there, the number 79 of Reynolds. Christopherson still working the bottom side. He's been able to make it work here as of late. Brandon Grant getting a little sideways back there in that number 4 entry. Ty Dickinson working his way into the top 10. There's that number 67, plus 8 spots now into the top 10. As we're come by this time for Bachman, he'll get the double high fives at the flag stand. It'll be just 10 more times around. 10 more times around for that Full Throttle Motorsports, your points championship leader coming into the night. Scotty Riome locked in a 3-wide battle, trying to get around Brewer and trying to hold off Clay Christopherson. 3 wide here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th battle. Then they're 3 wide even farther back, almost 4 wide now. 4 wide and 1 is sideways. Going to get swallowed up by the field. That was that number 4 entry. Eight laps to go. Billings back there trying to get through. Or actually, no, that's not Billings. That's number 17 there of Luke Haynes. Out front, 7 to go. It'll be 6 to go when they come back around here. Bachman, Reynolds, Brewer, Riome, Christopherson, Green, Harris, Klump, Dickinson, and Shane Billings. There's Billings, and there's Anthony Roselli. Chad Lackey locked in that 3-wide battle just ahead of him. That is Ty Dickinson. Can Sam Bachman hold on for another 5 laps as the flagman waves at everybody this time, showing 5 fingers into the air? Look at Clay Christopherson. Now, we keep mentioning that number 51. He's just been stuck to the bottom like glue all night long. He fell back in the early portions of this one. Then, well, now the middle started to finally come in late in this. But does he have enough time to pick up a podium spot? He's running 4th, and now he's getting close to the inside of that 39B of Mike Brewer. Top 5 have broken away definitely from the rest of the field. When they come by the stripe, it'll be, one car going around down here. 2 cars involved. That's the 91 of Lackey and the number 28 of Jeff Sharp. Looks like Sharp's left front tire has got a little bit more camber to it. So the second time the caution lights have come on here. We'll have to watch it back. See what happened to these 2 drivers. They were battling for the 15th spot. Or sorry, for a top 10 spot. Oh, just got a little bumper bar to the back. Right on board here. This is on board with the number 91 of Chad Lackey. Sharp just had a better run, just barely tagged the back bars. from Sharp. Looks like that 91 there almost into the tire barrier, into that Ute tire down low, which what checked him up. So how about we just stack them up and give you a green-white checker finish here tonight. It's Bachman out front with Reynolds and Brewer, Christopherson, Riome, Green, Harris, Klump, Dickinson, and Billings, the top 10. So what's going to happen here is we're going to go single file because we are under 10 laps remaining. Green flag back into the air. Bachman hammers off. Can Bachman get this one done? Can he hold off Reynolds? Great start, great turns, 1 and 2. He'll work it down the back straightaway. White silk into the air to be the final trip here for Bachman. Can he hold off Reynolds? See him ripping the lip here. It's about a 3-4 car length lead down the back straightaway. Final trip into 3 and 4. He'll slide himself. Battle will be for third. It'll be Bachman across the line. It'll be Bachman, Reynolds, Brewer, Christopherson, Riome. The top 5 drivers that all come across. Great run here tonight for these drivers. Bachman, of course, your points championship leader coming in. He will stay the points championship leader as he is able to pick up the victory here tonight at the dirt track at Charlotte. We'll get to talk to your top 3 drivers here in just a couple of moments. Take a look, though, at the left-hand side of the screen. Find where your favorite driver will finish tonight's feature. Results there scrolling. Unofficial here tonight from the dirt track at Charlotte until all of our drivers clear the scales here tonight. But there those 3 are. Bachman, Reynolds, Brewer, and Scotty Riome doesn't know what to do, and he's, trying to get in that picture, too. So as we take a quick step away, race fans, we'll be back here with your post-race interviews brought to us by our friends at G-Stone Motors. Don't go anywhere. Hear what your top 3 have to say after 35 laps of feature racing competition.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with G-Stone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in G-Stone box trucks. The G-Stone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the dirt track at Charlotte here after 35 exciting ground-pounding laps here for these modifieds tonight. The G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series putting on one heck of a show. You're like, Roger, we know, we watched it, we saw it. I know, you heard it from my point of view. Let's hear it from the driver's point of view here tonight, starting things off with the driver that will finish P number 3. How about it, Brewer? Another great race here, but it looked like early you were going to be the head honcho there for a while. What happened down the back straightaway?
Man, a little bit of netcode, I think. Nothing intentional, nothing like that. Just racing. Went back and watched it. Just a little bit of netcode, but great racing between Dean and Clay, Sam. Scotty was up in there. That was a ton of fun. I think any one of us in that top 5 could have had that.
It looked like a great race, but once you got back there into that third, fourth position, how hard was it to go back out there? The track looked pretty dominant up top early.
Yeah, and it was. And I didn't dare search around. We were all pretty much running the top. I see Sam and Clay were rolling the bottom. I didn't even dare try it. I just figured, after I fell back to third, I figured I would just ride there. And just if something happened with Sam and Dean, I would try to capitalize on it. But other than that, I was just going to ride there.
What about late in this one? Under 5 laps to go, right as you guys were coming to get the old popsicle sticks, the caution flag flew. Did you think then that was the chance to be Superman?
That would have been the chance. But I didn't. It crossed my mind to throw a slide job there and going into one there off the green. But like I said, I just settled into the top, just kind of followed them. Because these 358s on this big track like that, when it's one lane dominant, it is so hard to pass. And if you try a different line and lose momentum, it's going to take you a little while to gain that back. So,
well, you were able to hold that momentum here late in this one and finish P number 3. Who do you got to thank for another great run here on a Tuesday night in this beautifully wrapped, not going to say it's my favorite colors, but this beautifully wrapped 39B?
Well, I got to thank the guys over there to G-Stone Motors for giving us a place to race like this, and with I keep saying every week, with a great group of guys. It's a ton of fun to race against these guys. Clean, respectable. You for putting it on, Turn 3 Racing Network. Everybody watching, my wife for letting me do this. And yeah, that's about it.
That's about it, he said. He's the driver that was able to hold on to a top 3 after leading the first half of this race. Mike Brewer in the number 39B will come across the line, P number 3. He is one of 2 drivers, the driver here that'll finish P number 2, that finishes exactly where he started. How about it, Dean? A great run for you. You sat there in second for a good portion of the beginning of this race, then you took the race lead, and, well, then you lost to that 007.
Yeah, I tell you, I was in the admin Discord, and once Sam started pulling away, I was throwing every F-bomb out there. Sam, I go, God, he's just gotten so good. I mean, he's leading the points here, and there's no accident. And I was trying, at 1 and 2, he just ran that wall a little bit better than I did. And, I think 3 and 4 we were about even, but that's where Sam was getting it on me. And, I tried to get around him there on coming out of 4, and, thank God he gave me some room. And we did lead a lap or 2, but this was Sam's race. We'll take second. I'm happy with second with these cats. I tell you, you look at this top 5, top 6, they're all tough. I mean, it's just a great bunch of guys to race with. And, I'm going to look at that replay on that deal in the back straightaway. Mike said it looked like a little netcode, and I want to make sure it is. If I did tap him, I'm so sorry on that. It's not how I race. And, but he's good. I know that's not how he races, not how I race, but that was good. But I tell you, what a race, Roger. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully the fans enjoyed it. I mean, other than that Volusia race that we had a couple weeks ago, I tell you, this has been a very good year.
It absolutely has been a great year here for this whole series, including yourself, Dean. You can't, just talk about the whole series. You got to talk about yourself. Great run here tonight. You've had some really good runs. You also won last time we were here at the dirt track at Charlotte. From winning the last time here, did you think coming into the night you could go repeat?
Well, actually, I think I had a better card this time because if you remember, I was running like 5th, and then I think it was Michael Vitale and a couple other guys got together in turns 1 and 2, and it was like partying a season. I went right through the middle, and then I held off Sam there at the end. So I think I was actually better this time. But Charlotte's one of my favorite tracks. I enjoy racing here. I like running fast. 358s, you run them hard. And, you hopefully the tires stay with you there at the end in the last 5 laps. But, hey, we're 3rd in points. I don't know. I think I gained a little bit on Scotty. But, Sam's going to be tough up front, and Michael's right behind me. And, and Anthony Roselli, I think, is sitting in 5th. It's anyone's race. We still got, it's a 15-week season, so we still got, we're only a halfway point.
Halfway home, you are right. What do you think, though, Oswego next week?
Well, we were talking. I think we're going to put up a poll because we've been running Oswego in a couple of other leagues, and they don't have that wall fixed. And they're now you're glitching in turns 1 and 2, and it's not good when guys that don't even touch the wall all of a sudden disappears. And I don't want that to happen and ruin. I mean, say Sam goes into turn 1 and just net codes the wall, and all of a sudden he's gone. And there's going to be no yellow that comes out, so we're going to take a look and see what the guys want, and maybe we'll sub it out for Eldora, until they get this fixed. I like Oswego. It's my home. We have Super Tour Week there. Hopefully, if we do switch it out, we'll come back for the 100 lapper at the end of the year, and they got the glitches fixed. But we'll let you know, Roger.
Hey, all you got to do is holler at me. You know where to find me, right? But hey, it's all about you guys here tonight. Who's on the side of the number 79 Purple Peeper Eater here tonight?
Well, I got to thank the guys from Full Throttle Motorsports. As you can tell, great bunch of guys, and they're keeping this old guy fast. I always say I'm the slowest of the bunch, but every now and then I can find a good race and then get a good finish, and they all help each other out. Scotty, Sam, Clay. Clay runs the bottom. He tries to teach us to do that, and that's where Sam's really gotten good down there. And of course, Anthony Morano, he's the admin, but he anchors a lot of our top finishes in the team, so he also helps us out. So I gotta thank them. Gotta thank Dylan Dewart, DJ Sim Shop, for doing the rap. He does a lot of our raps. Sam's rap, I believe, is from Dylan. I think it is, but he does a lot of our raps and did Scotty's. So we gotta thank them. Griphack.com. We gotta thank that is part of the FTM. Got to thank Swan Speed Shop for the dig. He's been working hard and getting open setups for us on both 358s and big blocks. Got to thank, we got to thank Anthony Morano's wife Sherry for letting him do the admin and racing. That all he does. Got to thank Scotty Riom and his tap dancing lessons. It's always good to see Scotty try out some new endeavors. And then got to thank Super Dirt Car Series, World of Outlaws, Dirt Vision, Turn 3 Racing Network, and you, Roger, for bringing it home to the fans. Say hi to my dad and my girlfriend, Megan. And last but not least, we got to thank the Stone family for G-Stone Motors. They foot the whole bill, so Muth in the booth could be here and talk about us.
There you have it. He's the biggest hockey fan I know, also race fans. Dean Reynolds here tonight out of Syracuse, New York, brings it home, P number 2. The driver
did I get all the sponsors in?
I think you did it right. I think. I didn't even have that many on my paper.
Sam, it's all yours.
There you have it, though. Dean tonight coming home P2. The Bachman, though, is the driver as the red carpet is rolled out here for you tonight. Sam, the car looked absolutely flawless out there on the speedway.
Yeah, it was on a rail, to be honest. I knew when Dean and I were fighting for that lead or whatever, I knew that if I could get to his inside a little bit and throw a slider, it was going to be a good race, and the car just felt pretty good.
It felt pretty good, but walk us through late in this one. You got the race lead, you started to walk away, and then the late race caution, 2 to go, and a yellow flag. What was going through your mind on the restart?
Yeah, I was a little worried because I knew if Dean or Clay or Mike or Scotty or any of those guys, get a good run, they could make a run for it. But I was a little more worried about Dean because I know how he is. He get a good start, he could get me.
But you got away from him and you held him off here tonight in the closing laps. You came into the night as the points championship leader. You're going to leave the dirt track here at Charlotte as the points championship leader. What do you need to do over the next 6 weeks here on a Tuesday night to hold off the rest of the super talented field?
I'll just try to be consistent, stay out of trouble, try to get at least top 10s or top 5s.
Top 10s, top 5s, maybe a couple wins in there. Sprinkle them in.
Maybe. I mean, you never know. It all depends on the track and how the car feels.
Well, then what do you think about the news that Dean Reynolds just said about possibly taking away the Oswego Speedway next week?
I think I would have rather liked that, but he is a little right on the wall. So Eldora would probably make a little better racing, so people don't check out of the park.
Well, what do you say we check out of this one here? Let's roll the red carpet out for you, Mr. Bachman, who's on the side of this beautiful 007 here tonight that makes it as fast as it is here on a Tuesday night.
I gotta thank all the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Roger Yu at Turn 3 for broadcasting, and G Motorsports.
There you have it. He hit them all. It was short, sweet, and to the point, and Bachman said more words than Mr. Reynolds thought he was gonna hear tonight in Victory Lane. Those are your top 3 finishers. You heard from all 3 of them. Sam Bachman picking up tonight's win along with Dean Reynolds in tow, with Mike Brewer following back there in P number 3. Clay Christopherson will pick up 2 spots. He'll finish into the 4th spot, whilst it looks like Scotty doesn't know where he is. We'll finish into the 5th spot. Those are your unofficial top 5 results here tonight as we get ready to leave the dirt track at Charlotte. Where do we go next? Well, round number 9 will take us possibly either to the Oswego Speedway or a track to be named here in the next couple of days. Could it be Eldora? Could it be Huset's? I don't know. Dean will let me know, and we'll let all of you race fans know out there. Either way, Charlotte continues to put on one of the best shows that we see with the G-Stow Motors 358 Modified Series. I can tell you that Sam Bachman does win tonight. He does continue to hold that points championship standings as we leave here. But race fans, we have once again got to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network to watch some of this great 358 modified racing action. And until we see you next week, race fans, from everybody from G-Stow Motors, everybody with the 802 iRacing League, and all of us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's virtual show from the dirt track at Charlotte. Until we see you next time, stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.
Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at G-Stone Motors.